Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Paula, also known as the Snail Garden on social media. And I have an Etsy shop, Eva Faith, where I mainly sell hand-dyed linen for cross-stitching. I will put the links in the description box below where you can find me. This is my November vlog. November has been exceedingly wet, but there has been the odd sunny day, and on one occasion we managed a day trip to RHS Wisley, and another time a lovely walk in the woods. So I will insert a vlog about what I've been up to this month and then come back and share my projects with you. Welcome back. Please excuse the number of breaks I may take because I have a slight cold. It hasn't stopped me crafting though. I have almost finished my Rebel Rebel cardigan by Libby Johnson of Truly Metal. I'm stitching this with Eden Cottage Yarns Polworth fingering weight yarn in the colour Chroma Pier. And the body is knit as one with the rib. There are 3/4 length sleeves with a split cuff and 2 pockets. I've stitched the pocket lining for this one, but I haven't sewn it down yet. And all I have left to do is the pocket lining for this one and to sew in the ends. And then I will block it. And it will look a lot better once it's blocked. It'll have a much better shape. My plan is to finish this by the end of November. Today is the 30th of November, and I believe I will have finished it by this evening because there is very little left to do. I have been sewing some wool applique recently, and this oblong vintage style tomato pin cushion is what I've made, only mine didn't go quite according to plan. Mine isn't quite an oblong. One of the pattern pieces was slightly off, and I realised when I went to stitch them together that they weren't going to match, but I thought I would make the best of it as I had cut them out. Mine's turned out a bit more square, and I don't know how I did it, and I'll probably never be able to do it again, but I've pattern matched the corners, totally unplanned. And because mine is a different shape, I had to make the green part bigger. I'll buttonhole stitch around the edge, then add the stalk, and then you put a button on the bottom and cinch it in a little bit to give it a nice shape. It's very firmly stuffed with fibre fill for a good pin cushion, I think it'll make. So that's an ongoing project. Not Christmassy, but Christmas colours. Cross stitching. I have been stitching Jeanette Douglas's mini bouquets each month, and I've been doing mine individually rather than as a sampler and turning them into lavender sachets. This was the July sachet, and since I last shared it I have stitched little beads on, and all of mine are stitched on 32 count. Most of it's my own hand-dyed linen, and it's stitched 2/2 using anchor threads because I have quite a lot of anchor threads that I'm using, and I just need to get my sewing machine out and stitch it together and fill it with lavender. That was July. August was the pot of tomatoes. I was going to do this as a rectangular pillow, but I've decided I might try and either do a curved shape like a dome or take the corners off and maybe try and turn this part into a flower pot shape. I'm not sure how well that will work. I might just do the dome at the top. that's ready to stitch when I get my machine out. September's I've previously shared. This was October. It hasn't got any further than this, but it's going to have a patchwork around the outside. And I'm waiting until I finish November's because I'm a little behind on November's. Very behind on November's actually. But this will be quite quick to do. And this is a little bouquet of acorns. And I'm thinking maybe I can turn the final shape into an acorn. And I'll stitch them all together when I've finished. And these are the colours that I have chosen for the November one. Again, they're not the called for colours, they're all, I think one of them might be a DMC, but they're all, other ones are all anchor threads. Because I can't share my secret stitching, I thought I would share my planned makes for December. I am going to do Vlogmas. It will probably be done in parts rather than daily, though there will be several days filming in each part, if that makes sense. And one of the crafts I'm going to do is the wool applique, and there are some lovely patterns in here. I've already cut out one of these and I will share that probably in my first week. And I like these as well. Haven't decided which ones I'm going to do this month. Eventually I'll probably do all of them. So that will be some wool applique I'll be doing during December. I was determined to finish my cardigan because I want to cast on, I'm not sure how well that's going to, it's blowing out a lot. I want to cast on this cowl by Helen Stewart, the Oddments cowl. Helen every year brings out a collection of it, but a collection of patterns called Knit Vent. And this time they are all scrappy projects. I was going to share the yarn I'm going to use, but I've turned the house upside down looking for it and can't find it at the moment. After I've recorded, I'll probably go upstairs, that'll be the first thing I find. And I'm going to stitch them in some minis that my lovely friend Deb, Tink Hickman, gifted to me. I previously knitted one of Helen's scrappy cowls, and this was the Land of Sweets cowl. I called it my gingerbread house cowl because it reminded me of gingerbread and all the colours of the sweets that you put on it. And this was for an advent calendar. And these were the minis out of a Nora George calendar I had bought that year. This is my most worn cowl, so that's why I'm looking forward to knitting a different one in slightly different colours. And because I had enough yarn last time, I designed these fingerless mittens to match. So I'm hoping I can do something like that again. I know Helen has done a mitten design, so I don't know whether I will knit Helen's pattern or knit some plain ones like this. So I quite like how long these are. Keep you very warm. So that's what I will be knitting in December. I also thought it was about time I cracked on with some needle punch, and this is 2020 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I have all of the colours to stitch this polar bear. I don't know if you call it stitch when it's needle punching. I guess it is stitching. So I'm going to be brave and try and attempt this, having made one very small needle punch project recently. I'm thinking for cross stitching, I'm going to work on the older Christmas patterns that I have. And in the same magazine, I very much liked this one. I'm not sure whether I'm going to make it as big with the wording or whether I will make it a little bit smaller. But I like the snowman looking up at the star. And I have all the colours for this, all the called for colours. I have down here actually a pile of different Christmas cross stitches. Excuse the rustling. And these are the colours for, to take them out, for Winter's Peace. Put them back in the bag so I don't get any muddle. And a couple of years ago my daughter gifted Jolly Happy Soul by Brenda Gervais to me. Excuse me while I put them back in the packets, otherwise I will be very confused afterwards. And I have all of the colours. These two not quite made it on, I must have got those later on. These are all the called for colours. So that one will definitely be started. I have stitched two of these strawberries previously. This is Deck the Halls by Blackbird Designs. In one of the final bags I made. And I've previously stitched this one. And the house, which I think is my favourite. And I'm doing each of them on a different colour linen. I have this colour and this one. And these are all naturally dyed. This one was walnuts, and I think there was a little bit of alum in that. I haven't actually put what I used for that one. And this one was elderberries. This one, when I started dyed it, was quite a vibrant purple, but I knew as soon as I laundered it, it would lose that colour. And I like to launder all my linen to make sure it stays the colour it's meant to. And this was Slows, which was also a different colour when I first dyed it. And they are all 36 count linen, stitched 1/2. So I think those are a definite one to finish this year. Also in the same magazine there is Winter Cardinal. And I have the colours for that. I thought since I have kitted up a lot of these, I should use them, and then I can put the remainder back in my stash for future projects. And I knew I had another PNPS magazine pattern that I wanted to stitch. And I knew it was a Christmas urn. I couldn't find it, but apparently I bought the digital magazine, so that's why I couldn't find it upstairs. And these are the colours for that. And these are all small projects, so I'm pretty certain I should get some stitching time in and get those done. I say I'm pretty certain, but my daughter has just bought a flat and we have had a kitchen and bathroom fitted for her. And they just finished that yesterday, and now it's going to be lots of painting. So I'm not sure how much stitching time I'll get, but I will try and fit some in. So those are all my older projects that I definitely want to start. And these are the colours for the polar bear. And this étoile. Let's see, it's sparkling, I think. Stranded threads as well. So those are all the, I will definitely start, but maybe not finish. I then have quite a few other patterns that are sliding away from me. I have quite a few that are, excuse me, quite a few that are digital. So these are a few that are actual copies. I have Early Christmas Morning by Blackbird Designs. And this, my plan is not to turn it into a big pin cushion, but I'm going to try and turn it into a box. This will be the lid, because I made something very similar in shape. It was stitched in a box. I have Sleeping Angel by Just Nan. Excuse me if I don't take these out of the bags. Snowball by Brenda Gervais. I think these might have to wait until another year because I might be a bit over ambitious otherwise. This is another one that I might start. This my lovely friend Nicola gifted this to me last December. It's part of our advent swap. And this is Snowy Chalk Full by Hands On Design. And I've dyed a piece of fabric for this, so I'm going to see if I've got the colours for it. I have So those were the colours for early Christmas morning. Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. I particularly like this one. I don't like having too many whips, but there are so many patterns that I would like to get started. I might just be brave and start a lot of them. Santas and Snowmen, Prairie Schooler. This is one of the older card patterns. I think these are very sweet. I haven't stitched any Prairie Schoolers, so these will be the first ones. And talking of Prairie Schoolers, I did buy this month's Santa because my son loves penguins, and I've got the colours for that in this very luminous yellow for the lights. I have 1831 Christmas by Plum Street. Again, I think these ones will be another year's stitch. I have some of the colours for those. And recently I bought this full set here. I've also realised looking at this I've got another set, Glitter Village, which I haven't got here at the moment, which I've got the colours for and the fabric for. So many patterns, so little time. So those are all my Christmas ones, apart from the ones that are digital, which I don't think I'll be starting this year. And my secret stitching that I mentioned earlier has been for my lovely friend Nicola of Bumble Stitches. We have started a tradition of swapping advent calendars. And Nicola thankfully received hers this morning. It got a bit delayed in the post. And yesterday I received this rather large box. It's quite heavy. I don't know if it's going to work. They might all fall out. It's absolutely full of all these intriguing little packages. So starting tomorrow, I will be opening these. Thank you, Nicola. So if you would like to see what Nicola has sent me for my Advent, please join me throughout December on my YouTube channel, where I will be sharing in each Vlogmas episode. Nicola is also planning to do Vlogmas, where she will share what I have sent to her. So please subscribe to her and join us in the fun of opening up the Advent calendars in the lead up to Christmas. I have recently updated my shop, Eva Faith, on Etsy with some 28, 32, 36 and 40 count linen. That will be my last shop update this year. I'm waiting on some more linen from Zweigart, which apparently is on its way to me from Germany at the moment. I plan to close my Etsy shop mid-December, probably something like the 12th, 13th of December, because I like the linen to get there before Christmas if you order some. Thank you for joining me. I hope you will like my video and subscribe, and please leave a lovely comment. I would love to hear from you. Perhaps tell me which cross stitch you think I should start. Please don't say all of them. I'm so tempted. And I hope to see you again in a few days' time. Bye.